Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Arenas. I am your product specialist today, and here is another video breakdown. So this video breakdown we're going to talk about breaking down the actual window pieces that belong to Illustrator. So these are individual windows that you're able to access through your drop down through window here. And what it does is it allows you to create your own custom workspace. So these are right here on this upper right hand corner are all the preset workspaces that are available to you for you to use. So you can go through different styles that you actually are looking for. If you're trying to find a good starting point kind of deal, this is a great way to do that. The one thing I do find that works best though is after a while of working in Illustrator is finding a workspace that works best for you. So you can actually design and move things around the way you want to. And it's very easy to do. You can easily split it into two pieces like this one is here, and you can or put them all together depending on how you want to look at it and so forth. So let me show you how this all works now. So I'm going to start off with my usual workspace here. This is what I usually do. My usual traditional way of doing things is by a single spot here. So I can have this all completely laid out. These are sectioned by tabs related to colors and strokes, different properties, different things right here. And when you click on them, they expand and one part will contract depending on what way you want to do it. And you can also readjust it. So if I wanted to make this a little bit smaller, I can easily drag this out so I can give more room and everything else. Me personally, I think this is very cluttered. This is not a good way for me to work. So I usually stick to, by hitting the double arrow here, you'll see that right there. You can expand and contract the panels. And when you're working with these windows, I prefer doing it this way so that way I can click on my particular subject that I'm trying to focus on. So in this case, this is layers, and all the layers I can actually drag this out, and I can actually will see every single breakdown that will come down to it. I can also see it in different colors, different ways of doing the color modes. This is the color guide that allow me to change the color depending on which way I'm feeling with the actual progression of the color schemes and so forth, and of course swatches and stuff like that. So what I can do here is each individual one here I can actually pull off of the actual area and have it free float if I choose to, or I can just reorganize it the way I want to. So let's say symbols, I want that together with, I have stroke and transparency here. So with this here I have my brushes, I want to put that together with my strokes. So what I can do is I can pull it out, and I can do it as a little box or a full spread. Let's stick it to a little box. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to click and drag. If you click on that, there's a thing right here. It's a little like, looks like a little like touchpad or a little gripping thing. If you click and drag on that, that will allow you to move this around. Anyways, so if I click and drag on this, I can put it onto the bar. This will allow me to put it onto the bar as a sidebar. So it will show up on itself right here as its own bar to itself, but that's not what I want. I can click and drag it, and I'm going to go over to here, and when I move it into the whole space itself, the whole box will highlight, and I can put it in between in an area that I want it. So I want it underneath my strokes, and I can put it down there, and this way I have not only my stroke ability to change my weight and everything else, but I can also change the brush itself. So I'm going to put layers back to where I want it. I actually want it to be its own thing, so I'm going to put it right at the top, and it has a single bar, no box highlighted, and there we go. It's its own entity to itself. All these colors are right here. I can keep symbols where it is, or I can actually take it out. So if I pull this out of the box, I can hit the X, and it's gone. Now, it's not completely deleted. By all means, no. I can go to Windows, and I can go ahead and bring that back by selecting symbols, and I have it back to where I want it. I can put it back where it belongs and so forth, but we're going to keep that down. So here's other windows for you to work with. All of these things do have a function in some way, shape, or form. I'm a big fan of the Pathfinders tool, so the Pathfinders tool will actually be out to where it belongs and so forth, alignment tools and stuff like that. I usually keep the character styles and the paragraphs and also the open type, so all the typography related stuff into its own entity. Now you can work with Illustrator to just make your own stuff, to make it your own space. And once you find a good workspace that you have, you can always set up a new workspace, and you would save it what's currently sitting at and I can go. So I can go and make my own workspace, name it whatever I like. So I can come up with my own naming convention. So in this case, I can put it as the YouTube workspace for right now. I can hit OK, and that's going to be another workspace for me available for it to work. Now, at any time, if you feel like you've messed up too many of the workspaces and you're actually not working with everything and you feel like you need to go back to square one, you can easily go here and go reset workspace. So I can reset my workspace. I can reset any of the automated or any of the workspaces here, and we'll go back to the original way of doing things. Alright, so that's pretty much how you can work with Windows and just organizing your workspace to where you want to. Later on, I'm going to go over the toolbar and a few others. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and you have a wonderful day.